Have you ever heard of a city so grand, so wealthy, that it was called the Atlantis of the Sands? A place that vanished from history, swallowed by the desert, leaving behind only whispers and legends. Today, we're journeying into the heart of the Arabian Peninsula to uncover the secrets of Ubar, the lost city of the pillars. This isn't just any old ruin. Ubar, also known in ancient texts as Iram of the Pillars, was legendary. The Quran describes it as a magnificent city, adorned with lofty pillars, whose people were punished for their arrogance. For centuries, explorers, archaeologists, and dreamers have been captivated by its story, a tale of immense wealth, divine wrath, and a city lost to the unforgiving sands of time. Was it a real place? Or just a cautionary tale passed down through generations? The line between myth and reality is often blurred, and the story of Ubar is a perfect example. Stick around as we peel back the layers of sand and legend to find the truth. To understand Ubar, you first have to understand its source of wealth: frankincense. In the ancient world, this fragrant resin was worth more than gold. Harvested from trees in the remote deserts of southern Arabia, frankincense was used in everything from religious ceremonies and royal courts to medicine and perfumes. The Egyptians, the Romans, the Babylonians, they all craved it. And the city that controlled this lucrative trade would become unimaginably rich. This is where Ubar comes in. It was strategically located at a crucial crossroads of the frankincense trail, a bustling hub in the middle of the vast, desolate desert known as the Rub al-Khali, or the Empty Quarter. Imagine a thriving metropolis, a desert oasis filled with merchants, caravans of camels laden with precious goods, and towering structures that reached for the sky. The wealth that flowed through Ubar would have been staggering. It was the linchpin of a global trade network, a testament to human ingenuity in one of the world's most hostile environments. The very existence of such a city in such a place sounds almost impossible, which only adds to its mystique. So, what happened to this legendary city? How does a center of commerce and power simply disappear? The legends offer a dramatic explanation. According to the stories, the people of Ubar grew arrogant and corrupt from their immense wealth. They turned away from righteousness, and as a result, a divine punishment was sent to destroy them. The tale speaks of a furious sandstorm, a cataclysmic event that buried the city and its inhabitants, erasing it from the face of the earth as a warning against human pride. Other versions of the story suggest a more natural, but no less terrifying disaster. Geologically, this region of the Arabian Peninsula is known for its vast underground limestone caverns. The theory goes that the city of Ubar was built directly on top of one of these massive caverns. Over time, the city's wells, which drew water from the underground aquifer, slowly weakened the cavern's roof. The weight of the city, with its grand buildings and constant traffic, became too much for the hollow ground beneath. One day, the earth simply gave way, and the magnificent city of Ubar collapsed into a massive sinkhole, swallowed whole by the desert. Whether by divine hand or natural disaster, the result was the same. Ubar vanished. For centuries, that's all Ubar was: a myth. A story told around campfires, a name in ancient texts. Many believed it was nothing more than a fable. But in the early 1980s, a team of explorers, including amateur archaeologist Nicholas Clapp and adventurer Ranulph Fiennes, decided to take the legend seriously. They thought if Ubar was a real city, it must have been the center of a vast network of trade routes. These ancient caravan tracks, though invisible on the ground, might still be detectable from space. This is where the story takes a fascinating modern turn. The team turned to NASA. Using advanced remote sensing technology from the Space Shuttle Challenger, they began scanning the deserts of Oman. The radar was able to penetrate the deep layers of sand and reveal features hidden beneath the surface. And then they found it. Faint lines like ghostly trails crisscrossing the desert. These were the ancient camel tracks, worn into the ground over thousands of years, all converging on a single point. It was a roadmap to a lost world. Following these celestial breadcrumbs, the team launched an expedition on the ground. The satellite data led them to a remote area in Oman, to a site known as Shisr. There they found the ruins of a small, collapsed fortress, situated right on the edge of a massive sinkhole. As they began to excavate, what they uncovered was astonishing. They found a large, 8-sided fortress with towering walls and pillars, just as the legends described. Artifacts from across the ancient world, Roman pottery, Syrian glass, Indian beads confirmed it was a major trading hub. The fortress had collapsed into a sinkhole, exactly as the geological theory suggested. Had they finally found the lost city of Ubar? The discovery at Shisra was hailed as a monumental breakthrough. The media dubbed it Ubar, the Atlantis of the sands, found. It seemed like the myth had been proven true. Nicholas Clapp wrote a best-selling book about the quest, and the world was captivated by the idea of a lost city rediscovered through space-age technology. The evidence was compelling. A fortress with towers, evidence of immense trade, and a catastrophic collapse into a sinkhole. It fit the legend perfectly. But in the world of archaeology, things are rarely so simple. As the excitement settled, other experts began to question the conclusion. While the fortress at Shisra was undoubtedly an important ancient site, was it really the grand sprawling city of legend? Some archaeologists argued that Shisra was too small to be the legendary Ubar. They proposed that it was more likely a regional outpost, a fortified watering hole on the frankincense trail, rather than the main metropolis itself. This sparked a heated debate that continues to this day. Was Ubar a single magnificent city now found at Shisra? Or was Ubar the name for the entire region or a network of outposts that controlled the frankincense trade? This alternative theory suggests that there wasn't one single Atlantis of the sands, but rather a collection of settlements and fortresses that collectively formed the land of Ubar. In this view, Shisra is just one piece of a much larger puzzle, an important piece for sure, but not the whole picture. The search for Ubar became less about finding a single dot on a map and more about understanding a complex ancient civilization scattered across the desert. So where does that leave us? Have we found Ubar, or is the true city still buried somewhere beneath the sands of the empty quarter? The truth is, we may never know for certain. The fortress at Shisra is a tangible link to the legend, a place where history and myth collide. It provides a physical anchor for a story that has floated through time for millennia. Whether it is the city of Iram itself, or just one of its garrisons, its discovery proved that there was real history behind the myth. Perhaps the real power of the story of Ubar isn't about finding a specific location. It's about what the legend represents. The story of Ubar is a timeless cautionary tale about the fragility of civilization. It reminds us that no matter how powerful, how wealthy, or how advanced the society becomes, it can still be brought down. Whether by our own arrogance, as the legend suggests, or by the forces of nature, our grandest creations can vanish. The towering pillars of Iram are a symbol of human pride, and their collapse is a stark reminder of our own impermanence. The desert, in its vast, silent way, has a habit of putting things in perspective. The story of Ubar teaches us that our past is never truly lost. It's just waiting to be rediscovered, sometimes in the most unexpected ways, through ancient texts, through the memories of desert nomads, or even through the eyes of a satellite orbiting high above the Earth. It's a detective story written in sand and starlight. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey to the Atlantis of the sands. If you enjoyed this exploration into the mysteries of the past, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. Let me know in the comments what you think. Was Shisra the real Ubar, or is the lost city still out there? Until next time, keep exploring.